what is palindrome? A palindrome string is a word or a number or sequence of characters that reads the same thing backward as it is forward. So if you have something like level, level is a palindrome string because if you reverse it, it is still going to give you the same thing. Another palindrome string is something like madam. This is palindrome. If you have 1, 2, 1 like this, it is palindrome. Then if you have something again like 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, this is also palindrome because if you reverse it, it will still give you the same thing. So we're going to be using recursion to determine if a string is palindrome. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have def. Then for this function, we're going to call it is palindrome. Here, we're going to have the string that we want to determine whether it is palindrome. So we can call it name. So first, we're going to establish the base case, and this is where the number of characters is 1 or empty. If it is 1 character or empty, it should return true. So here we're going to have if len name is less than or equal to 1, return true. So the next thing we're going to do is, if you want to determine whether a string is palindrome, what this means is that the first character must match the last character. The second character must match the second to the last character. So here we're going to have if name, here we're targeting the first one, which has the index of 0, is not equal to, then we're targeting the last one, which is equal to -1, then it should return false. So this is going to be return false. But apart from these two conditions, this is what we want to return. So we're going to return, here we're going to be calling on the is palindrome function. So we have is palindrome. And what we're going to do now is that we want to target the second to the last and the second, since this one is going to capture the last and the first. So here I'm going to be using slicing to target the second and second to the last. So here I'm going to have name, and I'm going to have 1 here, then put a colon, and then target the second to the last. So this is going to continue calling itself until it gets to the condition where the length of the string is less than or equal to 1. And if all the conditions turn out true, then it is going to return true. Else, it is going to return false. So let's go ahead and use this function to determine whether some strings are palindrome. So here we're going to have result is equal to is palindrome. And we're going to pass in a string. So let's use level. So let's go ahead and print the result. And for the value, it's going to give us true because it is palindrome. If I put car here, it is going to indicate false because it is not palindrome. But if I change this to madam, it is going to return true. And if I change it to 1, 2, 1, it is also going to return true. So this is how we use recursion to determine whether a string is palindrome. You can also use the same to determine whether a list or any other sequence are palindrome.